We'll start with the explosive allegations which have been made by Rhea Chakraborty's lawyer Satish Maneshinde against Sushant Singh Rajput's family. And the allegations are absolutely sensational, absolutely mind-boggling. In an exclusive interview to India Today, Satish Maneshinde claimed Sushant Singh Rajput was extremely troubled and called his family members to come and stay with him. He even requested Rhea Chakraborty to move in with her parents since she had strained ties with his family. Rhea's lawyer also said Rhea's relation to Sushant's family was strained since his sister Priyanka groped her after getting drunk in April 2019, a charge which has been vehemently denied by Sushant Singh Rajput's family. In a new statement, Rhea's lawyer now has also claimed all charges leveled against Rhea Chakraborty by Sushant Singh Rajput's family are afterthoughts. Rhea also claims that she has not received a single transfer from Sushant's account, that agencies have not found anything incriminating against her. Rhea Chakraborty's lawyers have also said she is not against CBI probe, but is challenging the illegal investigation by the Bihar police. She also has denied reports of her meeting Maharashtra Minister Aditya Thackeray. Meanwhile, all these charges which have been leveled by Rhea Chakraborty's lawyers, and quite sensational one at that, have been countered by Vikas Singh, who is the lawyer of, in fact, Sushant Singh Rajput's father. He countered these charges one by one. Take a look.
और जहां तक घर छोड़ने की बात है, 8 जून को वो घर पहले छोड़ के गई है। मीतू बाद में सुशांत ने बुलाया है तो मीतू आई है। अगर सुशांत उनके नजर में, जैसा वो खुद कहना चाह रही, इतनी तबीयत खराब थी, मानसिक हालत इतनी खराब थी, इस मानसिक हालत में जब वो छोड़ के गई तो किसको उन्होंने बताया परिवार के कि ये दवाई चल रही है, इनका ये दवाई खिलाना बहुत जरूरी है, इनका देख रेख करो, ऐसा ना हो कि कुछ गलती हो जाए। और उसके बाद जब वो चली भी गई, अगर उनका कहना है कि उनके तरफ से तो कोई वो हुई नहीं थी, कोई झगड़ा भी नहीं था, वो तो नहीं कह रही कोई झगड़ा हुआ था, अगर चली गई थी तो फिर उसके बाद क्यों नहीं उन्होंने फोन पे उनका एक्सेप्ट किया, क्यों उनको ब्लॉक करके रखा 6 दिन। आज देखिए जितने दिन रोज बात होती रही है, बट उस 6 दिन में बिल्कुल बातचीत नहीं हुई दोनों के बीच में। उनको लग रहा है कि इस परसेप्शन बैटल में कुछ हम इस तरह की बात बोले जिससे लोगों का मन जो है वो कहीं ना कहीं उनके तरफ कुछ सहानुभूति आए उनके लिए। और मैं आपको बता दूं, मैंने तो अपनी जिंदगी में नहीं सुना आज तक कि इस तरह का कोई एलिगेशन हुई। तो इस तरह वियर्ड एलिगेशन बिल्कुल है कि इस तरह के वियर्ड एलिगेशन को बनाया उन्होंने सिर्फ इसीलिए क्योंकि उनको मालूम था कि सुशांत बहुत ज्यादा डिपेंड करते थे प्रियंका के। प्रियंका उनके अकाउंट्स भी देखती थी। प्रियंका जब भी कोई प्रॉब्लम सुशांत को होता था तो प्रियंका को बुलाते थे और प्रियंका सारा कुछ करती थी। और प्रियंका का काफी हस्तक्षेप था घर में। उनके सामने उन्होंने देखा कि सर्वेंट्स को वही ऑर्डर करती थी, कैसे वो अकाउंटेंट्स को बोलती थी। तो इसलिए उन्होंने कहा कि जब तक प्रियंका को जिंदगी से नहीं निकालेंगे तब तक, और प्रियंका को ऐसे निकालना उनके लिए मुश्किल था, कोई ऐसा भद्दा ही एलिगेशन लगाने से वो सक्सेसफुल हो सकती थी, और वही उन्होंने किया।
So that is Vikas Singh, who is in fact putting out the counter from Sushant Singh Rajput's family's side. Let's very quickly, for a moment, go across to my colleague Devesh, who's joining us from Mumbai. We also have Sushant, my colleague, entertainment editor India Today, who has been tracking the story very, very closely. Devesh, coming to you first. Now, this has become very serious allegations which has been brought and, you know, very sensational allegations as well, which has now been put up by Rhea Chakraborty through her lawyer. What is this now going to, how is this now going to impact the investigation in the case?
Ankit, if we discuss regarding the investigations that are going on, there are 2 investigations right now going on by 2 agencies. Rather, I'll say 3 agencies right now. The Bihar Police, CBI has also registered an FIR, which are 2 criminal cases which are being conducted under charges under sections of various sections of IPC. while the third agency that is probing the case is Enforcement Directorate, which is probing the financial angle, the money laundering angle specifically, which Mr. KK Singh, father of late actor Sushant Singh Rajput, had claimed that rupees 15 crores were embezzled from Sushant Singh Rajput's account, and they were transferred to some suspicious accounts which were done on behalf of Rhea Chakraborty and the other accused mentioned in the FIR registered by Mr. KK Singh. While if we see the statements that have been issued by the lawyer of Rhea Chakraborty and also the counterclaims that have been made by Vikas Singh, who's the lawyer representing Sushant Singh Rajput's family, this is regarding the perception battle that is going on, as pointed out by Vikas Singh also in his statement, that this is regarding the perception battle that is going on, where Rhea is trying to say that she had nothing to do
Devesh,
with,
I want to take this to Sushant, because this perception battle which is going on is a separate game which is being played right now to gain, public eyeballs, sympathy. I don't know how is it going to actually impact the investigation, but Sushant, this is exactly what it has become. Ugly war of words. Rhea Chakraborty coming out with the sensational allegations. Sushant's family making sensational allegations against Rhea Chakraborty. Ultimately, it has just become a game to try and grab as much eyeballs, as much sympathy as one side can.
Simply to get the public on your side, which is not on Rhea's side right now. She's already been convicted in the People's Court. The support is obviously, understandably, with the grieving parents. But remember, Ankit, sensationalist media networks who've been running this like a reality TV show, they have a big hand to play in all of this because everybody's already convicted Rhea. So that's why I think both parties are guilty of proving to the public rather than to the court of what their relationship was with Sushant. I mean, you've seen WhatsApp chats that Rhea has released saying where they claim that Sushant had said that his sister was pure evil. You've seen the family release 15 videos of Sushant just having a gala time with them in 2017, 18. What has this got to do with the case? Even if it has something to do with the case, please go to the court. And I'm hoping that ultimately the Supreme Court decides and puts an end to this media trial, because that's what the court is for. People are not going to decide sitting in front of their TV sets of who's guilty or who's not guilty based on the evidence that they are presented by both parties. Ankit?
Absolutely. It has to be. Absolutely. Sushant, stay on with me. Devesh, I also request you to stay on. Where Sushant very rightly pointed out, it has now become a game to get some sympathy, get the public opinion behind you. And for that, and I'm saying this with, a lot of heartburn as well, that one man who, no matter how troubled or whatever was going on with his life, he has ended his life. His entire life is being castigated in the public domain just because somebody, both sides now want to create a perception. His family and Rhea Chakraborty want to create a perception in the minds of the people. Now, 8 June is when Rhea Chakraborty left Sushant Singh Rajput's residence. She has, for the first time, put out her version of the story on why did she leave the house, because this is being questioned time and again. Today also it was questioned, if he was so unwell, why did she leave? So at this point of time, we are putting out only the version of what Rhea Chakraborty now has come out and said of why did she leave Sushant Singh Rajput if he was in such a fragile state of mind. Listen in.
Over 2 months since Sushant Singh Rajput's death, Rhea Chakraborty has been at the center of the murky mystery. Accused by Sushant's family of abetment to suicide and controlling his life and finances, she left Sushant 6 days before his death. But what happened that day? What led to the starlet moving out of the house that she had been living in with Sushant since December 2019? India Today has accessed details of what transpired on 8th of June. According to Rhea Chakraborty's legal team, Sushant had decided to move out of Mumbai. Rhea also claims that Sushant had been calling his family through the month of June to inform them of his decision. Rhea claims that Sushant wanted to meet his family and was allegedly desperate to get in touch with them. and that after several days of crying and calling his family members, Sushant's sister Meetu agreed to come and live with him on 8th of June. That's when Sushant asked Rhea to leave and go live with her parents. Team Rhea claims that even though she wanted to see her own family, Rhea was not comfortable leaving Sushant. Rhea's legal team also claims that the actress suffered from anxiety and depression, often be aggravated due to Sushant's behavior. On 8th of June, Rhea had booked a session with the therapist Susan Walker. She asked Sushant if she could leave after her therapy session, but Sushant asked her to leave immediately before his sister Meetu arrived. Rhea left reluctantly, telling Sushant that he could get in touch with her brother Shovik if he needed anything. Rhea's lawyer has made it clear that it was Sushant who asked Rhea to leave, while she did not want to herself. Rhea's legal team has also pointed the finger at Sushant's family. According to Rhea's lawyer, the relationship between Sushant and his family strained after April 2019, revealing that Sushant and Rhea moved in 8 months after they began dating in December 2019. The actress, in a detailed statement to India Today, claims that things between her and Sushant's family hit a rough patch after a party in April the same year. Rhea claims that one night, she and Sushant's sister had gone out partying. She alleges that Sushant's sister had too much to drink and behaved inappropriately with men and women. Once they returned to Sushant's Bandra house, the actor and his sister continued to drink while Rhea went and slept. As Rhea was asleep, Sushant's sister Priyanka allegedly got into her bed and groped her. Rhea claims that she was extremely shocked and asked Sushant's sister to leave the room. When Rhea told Sushant about the incident, he got into an argument with her. This, Rhea claims, was the beginning of the relationship with Sushant's family going sour. Rhea's legal team has also alleged that the actress was not allowed to attend Sushant's funeral by his family. Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, so this is Rhea Chakraborty putting out her side of the story of why she had to leave, and the sensational, and I've used this word, I know, at least 5 times from the start of this broadcast, but that is exactly how best to describe it. These absolutely sensational allegations she has made against Sushant Singh Rajput's sister. Meanwhile, the agency which is probing this entire case, the Enforcement Directorate, now trying to piece together the entire mystery around 15 crore rupees which the family alleges have been siphoned off from Sushant Singh Rajput's account. After investigating, interrogating Rhea Chakraborty, her brother, her father, and others related to the case, finally decided to call the family members of Sushant Singh Rajput as well. Sushant Singh Rajput's father was also sent a questionnaire. Listen in to what and where the investigation stand in the case by the Enforcement Directorate.
As mystery in the Sushant Singh Rajput's death case gets deeper, the Enforcement Directorate has widened its probe into the money trail angle. At the center of the probe is the 15 crore rupees that was allegedly diverted from the late actor's bank accounts. The probe agency has recorded the statement of Sushant's father, K.K. Singh, who accused Sushant's girlfriend, Rhea Chakraborty, of theft.
I don't understand how can she give a certificate to herself till the time ED is still investigating the matter, and it is actually in a way trying to, sort of influence the investigation, which is highly improper on her part. Let ED do its job, and whatever will come out in the ED investigation, that will ultimately be taken to its logical end.
Sources say the ED will also record statements of other family members of the late actor. The ED is likely to summon Rhea Chakraborty for a 3rd time. She has been questioned for about 18 hours so far. Rhea's associates are also under the scanner. Rhea's tax consultant Ritesh Modi has submitted documents related to her investments to the ED. The ED has summoned Sushant's another business partner, Varun Mathur. He's a director in one of the ventures Sushant floated in 2018.
The Enforcement Directorate has also recorded statement of Sushant's father, K.K. Singh, which was recorded in Delhi on Monday. K.K. Singh had filed an FIR against Rhea Chakraborty and other accused at a Patna police station, based on which the Enforcement Directorate has also registered a case in the Mumbai ED office. Rhea Chakraborty has been summoned twice, while her brother Shovik and Indrajit Chakraborty have also been questioned by ED officials. Sources from ED tell us that Rhea could be summoned again along with her brother and father. With camera person Sachin Sawant, this is Divyesh Singh in Mumbai for India Today.
There have been a lot of characters in this entire mystery around Sushant Singh Rajput's death. Managers, people those who were creative managers, people those who were managing his endorsement, his lawyers. We tried to just sift together, because just put together a timeline of who all are the people, those who are we've been hearing, and what was their role in Sushant Singh Rajput. I mean, it seems a big entourage as far as Sushant Singh Rajput is concerned of people around him. So let's just first take a look at a few of the ex-managers as far as Sushant Singh Rajput is concerned. On your screen is Shruti Modi. She was Sushant Singh Rajput's business manager, who has been questioned by the Enforcement Directorate thrice. Siddharth Pithani, one man who you've been seeing a lot on your television screens, Sushant Singh Rajput's creative content manager. He was questioned twice by the Enforcement Directorate. Disha Salyan, Sushant Singh Rajput's ex-manager, died a week before Sushant Singh Rajput's demise. There were a lot of crazy theories floating around the connection between Disha's death and Sushant Singh Rajput's as well. Samuel Miranda, Sushant Singh Rajput's house manager, he was accused of money laundering, and we saw that crazy video of Priyanka, Sushant Singh Rajput's sister, in fact, getting very angry as far as Samuel Miranda is concerned. Meanwhile, Rohini, he in fact was brought back after that crazy video of shouting on another manager. Rohini Iyer, Sushant Singh Rajput's ex-publicist, grilled by the Mumbai police on June 22nd. Radhika Nehlani, she is Sushant Singh Rajput's former publicist, grilled by the Mumbai police on June 18th. Meanwhile, Jayanti Saha, another Sushant Singh Rajput's talent manager, was grilled by the Enforcement Directorate on August 13th. Reshma Shetty is Sushant Singh Rajput's talent manager, another talent manager, questioned by the Mumbai police in the case, and Ankit Acharya, Sushant Singh Rajput's assistant, grilled by the Enforcement Directorate and Mumbai police. So all these characters, how they fit into this mystery, why have they been questioned? We tried to put this together. It's been a lot of people and a lot of names that you have been hearing as far as this case is concerned.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.